Hey, what is going on, Capricorns? Butch Tarot here. I'm going to do your April read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I got my Horror Club t-shirt on, so I figured it fitting to use the Horror Tarot. I am a pretty big horror fan. Just like the rush it gives you when you're scared. That's just me. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what is going on for Capricorns for April 2024? What message do we have for the Capricorns? What message do we have for Capricorn's universe? All right, Capricorns. So the first thing that I see is I feel like this is someone that, it's someone from your past. I feel like this is someone that you felt an incredibly deep connection with. Possibly even thinking this person was the one. But I feel like, I feel like it didn't end, or it ended, but it didn't end the way you thought it would. With that Five of Pentacles, I feel like this person went cold on you. I feel like this person, it's almost like they gave up. But I feel like you still, from time to time, find yourself thinking about this person, wondering about this person. I feel like you never really completely let go of them. Now with this person, I feel like they were in their own way. I feel like this person didn't tell you how they felt, that self-imposed prison. I feel like they also have the Devil card, so I feel like they were being held back. With this Devil card, it says sex, obsession, addiction, enslavement, all the things that make life worth living. The devil forces you to give in to your darkest impulses, binding you to his will. And I feel like that's exactly with this person. I feel like they couldn't admit that they needed you. They couldn't admit that they wanted you. And I feel like it's because they didn't feel like they could be what you wanted them to be. I feel like they created this image and they felt like they couldn't live up to it. So instead of fighting for this, I feel like they gave up, they quit. It was too much. Now, the reason why we're talking about this person is because I feel like this person has spent a lot of time in their head. I feel like in the past we had the Five of Cups, thinking about the negatives and the positives, and that's exactly what this person was thinking. I feel like they were overthinking the situation. I mean, we have the Four of Swords as well. You know, overthinking the shit out of this. With the Four of Swords, we have meditation, relaxation, and exhaustion. You know, overthinking, exhausting themselves. But with this person, I feel like they spend a lot of time in their head. You know, I feel like with that Hermit, they just couldn't. They wanted to be with you. They wanted to give to you. But they didn't. They felt like if they gave everything they had, it still wouldn't be enough. And I feel like because they cared about you. Now, it may not seem that way of how it ended. I feel like they truly did care about you. But they felt like you would never give up on them. So it was better for them to give up on themselves. You know, I feel like they just didn't think they could add up. And like I said, I feel like there's times when this person keeps crossing your mind. You keep thinking about this person. Now, what you may not know, what you probably don't know, is this person has never let you go. They've never walked away from this. With that Eight of Cups in reverse. You know, I feel like you have a bond, and it is a lifelong bond that you share with this person. You know, you were right. You felt like this is the one. I feel like it is the one. It was the right person, the wrong time. Because what I see coming toward you is I feel like this person's finally, you know, I feel like they finally got their shit together. You know, they finally are living the potential that you saw in them. You know, we have the King of Pentacles. You know, I feel like they got their shit together. You know, I feel like they'd come full circle, you know. And it's solely, you know, I feel like solely it was you that drove them to be who they are now. It's who you saw them being. You know, they weren't ready to see it. You know, the Nine of Pentacles, they have everything that they want except you. You know, they got everything together. They got their ducks in a row. They're finally seeing their own potential. And the only thing is missing now is you. So what I do see with this person, you know, I feel like they're finally on the same page. You know, I feel like they're finally ready to, you know, they're finally ready to see it. Or they're finally seeing it. You know, they're seeing things in a different perspective now. We have the Hangman. You know, it's all about seeing things in a different perspective. I feel like they just didn't think they could be what you thought they were going to be. You know, they couldn't live up to what it is that you were expecting from them. And I feel like that's their fault because I feel like they really did. They really did sell up when they met you. I feel like they try to make it like they had their shit together then, and they try to, you know, they try to show you something. You weren't fooled by it, but you saw what they could be. You know, but they didn't see what was right in front of them with that Two of Swords. But they are seeing it now. And like I said, I feel like with this person, it's all about seizing the opportunity. You know, I feel like they've been waiting for this opportunity to come back towards you. You know, we have the Eight of Wands. You know, and with this one, we have changes coming. Something is in the air. The action, the time is now. You know, so that's exactly what I'm seeing with this person. The time is now. You know, and Seven of Cups. I feel like there's an opportunity for them to come back, and they're going to take it. You know, it is impulsive, but it is something that they've been waiting for. You know, you are the missing link. You are the missing piece of their life. So, like I said, I feel like you've been thinking about this person. You know, there's a reason why you've never been able to let go. There's a reason why you haven't stopped thinking about them and why they haven't stopped thinking about you, because it's not the end. It's only the beginning. You know, I do see you get, you know, that ship is coming in. Everything that you thought this person was going to be, that's who they are. They just needed time to figure it out for themselves. I mean, we can tell someone, you know, we can support someone, we can show up for someone, we can, you know, reinforce ideas to someone, but unless they're willing to hear it, it's never going to be soaked up. It's never, they're not taking it in. They were in their own way, and they see that now with that moon card. Always second guessing, always waiting for the other shoe to drop, always, feeling like they were going to fail you. And I feel like that was the thing that they didn't want to do the most. Now, I don't feel like they did it the right way, but I feel like, honestly, if it didn't end, if it didn't go the way it went, I feel like it would have went in a way worse direction. I feel like it's not the best case scenario, but it's absolutely not the worst case scenario. Now, like I said, I do feel like this person is coming back. I mean, if you think this didn't hurt them, I feel like you'd be wrong in that. You were right that this person was who you thought they were. You were right that this person was the end all. But if you think it didn't hurt them, I feel like you were wrong about that. Because it did. Like I said, this person has their shit together. They know what they want. I feel like emotionally, they've matured a lot. They know what they're looking for now. And I feel like they're a lot more confident than they were. With this, we have vision, honor, leadership, ultimate masculine energy with that King of Wands. They know their worth now. And finding their worth now, they see that you are right. And I feel like they were wrong, and they know they were wrong. And they just couldn't admit that before. They didn't want to hurt you. I know that doesn't really make sense the way it ended. It doesn't seem that way. But, I feel like this person coming back, opening up communication with you. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. With the Queen of Swords, I feel like they're gonna be brutally honest. And I feel like they are gonna be genuine in that. They're gonna let you know. They're gonna fill in all the blanks that they left. Ultimately, I feel like before they left a lot of blanks, and I feel like they're gonna fill that in. And I feel like they're gonna be honest and direct with you because they want you to trust them. They want you to know you can trust them. The Queen of Cups, a very nurturing energy. They're gonna nurture this connection. Because ultimately, like I said, this is what they want. The Ten of Cups. They want to build that family with you. They want to build that empire. And I feel like I said, this person coming back. We have the Emperor. So I feel like with this person, they're making up for the mistakes. They are going to protect what they have with you. They're not going to make that mistake again because they know what it costs them. And like I said, I feel like you've been the driving force even if you don't know it. But this connection is a lifelong connection with that Two of Cups. This person's been thinking about you as much as you've been thinking about them. This person will show up. They will put in the work. And they know there's a lot of work to do, and that doesn't scare them anymore. They're willing to put in the effort to make it right. And I do see you getting what you wanted from this person. I do see you getting what you expected from this person before. We have the Three of Pentacles as well, that power couple. They work together to create perfection. But like I said, in the past, I feel like they couldn't give you what they thought you wanted. But now you're getting someone, like I've seen, there's so many changes in this person, and I don't think I've ever seen this many changes. But I feel like I said, you were a driving force in this person, whether you knew it or not. The connection that you have with this person is very deep. We have the Lover's card as well. Like I said, they're seeing an opportunity and they're seizing it. You know, I feel like they've been waiting for that right opportunity to come towards you, and now they see that opening. And it's based out of love. It's based out of curiosity of what could be. You know, they cheated themselves out of this. But like I said, I don't. I mean, there's nothing here saying that this person will ever be that. You know, it's a very genuine energy. Like I said, I feel like this person. You know, I mean, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I see a lot of good things coming for the both of you, and like I said, with that family card, this person's ready finally to step up, and we have the King of Pentacles, you know, and the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. I mean, they're passionate about this. They're driven. And all that is driven out of love. They want to show up for you. They want to be there for you. They want to prove that they're reliable. They want to prove that you can trust them again. They're not who they were. They're who you thought they would be. They weren't ready to see it before, but they're seeing it now. Like I said, we can see potential in people, and we can, you know, tell them about it, and we can support them, and we can show up for them. But until they're ready to see it for themselves, until they're ready to show up for themselves, there's nothing we can do. You know, like I said, with that Devil card as well, I feel like they're letting all that go. You know, that Hermit, they've been putting a lot of thought into this. This is not something that just came up. I mean, they can't and won't let you go. This is unfinished business. You know, you're the person that they see when they think of forever. You're the person that they see when they envision the person next to them. You know, and like I said, with the Seven of Cups, I mean, they're seeing that window of opportunity coming, and they're going to take it. They're not going to miss out. You know, and even though it may be scary for them, and I feel like it is, and it may even be scary for you, but that's not holding them back, because they're willing to fight for it. They're willing to fight for you. You know, and like I said, I've never seen so many changes in a person, and with this person, I mean, it's ultimately night and day. You know, I see someone that's confident, that's driven, that's motivated, that's reliable, that shows up. I mean, you were right about them. At the end of the day, you were right about them. They just weren't ready to see it, but they see it now. You know, with this person, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Aquarius, Gemini. We have some Leo, some Pisces, and Scorpio. You know, I know it's not in the same. That's the end of the reading, by the way, for anybody that's just here for the reading. I appreciate you. But now let's get into a little bit of a story. I talked about this before. I touched on it before. My brother, you know, my brother's 12 years older than me. He's always my hero growing up. You know, I saw things in my brother that, you know, you always look up to it. And he had some issues, you know, with depression and stuff I didn't understand as a kid, but got into drinking and drugs, and, you know, just let himself go. And it was hard to watch him do that, because, like I said, my whole life I always thought he was the greatest. You know, he was close. He was better at being a dad to me than my own dad. Not that my dad's a bad person or anything like that. I'm just saying, with my brother, you know, he did things with me. He played ball with me. He played hockey with me. You know, he took me out and he did stuff with me. And, you know, I mean, when I was young, he had an apartment, you know, like, he was just kind of almost, I always like to say he's like a second dad, but he was kind of like that fun uncle, you know, that did stuff with you. But when that happened, he started going down that road. And I remember I didn't understand it as a kid, but as I got older, I realized that, you know, he didn't see himself the way I saw him. You know, he didn't have, you know, I thought he was the greatest person going. I mean, if, you know, King Midas type of thing, anything touches is gold. I mean, the guy was, you know, I just thought he was the greatest thing, you know, and I thought he was smart, he was funny, he was strong, he taught me how to fight, you know, he taught me how to play chess. I mean, he just had all these aspects. I thought he was the greatest thing going. But when I got older, and I remember having conversations with him, and he just thought he was worthless. He just thought he didn't have anything to offer anybody. I'm like, and I try to convince him. I try to tell him, like, listen, I grew up, I watched you, you know, you did things that, you know, you taught me things, you did things with me. You know, I thought there was nothing you couldn't do. And, you know, he wasn't really listening. Then one day he hit rock bottom. And like the person I knew he could be, he came back from it all. You know, he got his life back together. And now he's completely the person I always thought he was. But now he sees it. And that's what I mean. Sometimes we can see something in someone. Sometimes we can be 100% sure of who they are. But until they see it, until they're ready to see it, there's nothing we can do. You know, I mean, I still look up to him. I always did. And now that we're grown, you know, we have a great connection. You know, we get along great. And it, like I said, it's the talks we have now, you know, and now that he sees it, when I tell him about how I saw it, he still thinks it's funny. He said, you put me up on a pedestal, bud. He always calls me bud. And I'm like, I never put you on a pedestal. I just thought you were a great person. You know, I thought you had a lot to offer. You were smart. You were strong. You were, you know, good with the girls. He gave me advice on women. And I said, you're the guy I learned things from. And, you know, he always told me how he was so proud of me and stuff. I'm like, but the thing is, you may be proud of me, but you help make me who I am. So how could you be worthless, or how could you think that way about yourself when you think that I'm great? You're the one that helped me be that person. If you were so bad, I wouldn't be the person I am. But the reason I talk about this is because of the fact that sometimes people got to come on their own timeline. No matter how much we want to help them, no matter how much we see in them, until they're ready to see it, it doesn't matter. You know, during the addiction phase with him, I tried. You know, I went and picked him up when he was drinking or, you know, getting in trouble. I always showed up. Always gave him. You know, I give him extra money if I had it. And then one day I realized that I couldn't do it anymore. You know, because if I keep enabling it, I'm just promoting it. And I'm not trying to take any credit for this whatsoever, but pretty much everybody in our family kind of gave up on him. I was the last one to give up on him. But I didn't really give up on him. I just gave up promoting it, you know, enabling it. And it was probably a month and a half, 2 months after I gave up and stopped. That's when I really feel like he had this big breakthrough. And he always tells me it's because I gave up on him, but, you know, it broke him. But it broke him to a point where it allowed him to remake himself, to put himself back together. So I don't take credit for his turnaround, because honestly, I really feel responsible, because if I would have cut him off earlier, maybe he would have got better earlier. But we can't change the past. We can only look to the future. And like I said, he's doing great. You know, he's got a great job. He's been working there for a while now. He's off has been doing drugs for probably 10 years now. You know, I'm really proud of them. But, you know, if you really care about someone and you see something in them, don't give up on them completely, but don't enable it either. You know, don't, you know, it's like that old saying, when someone's drowning, you know, when if you need to be steady on your own, you got to be a good swimmer in order to save them yourself, or they'll just drag you down. But it doesn't hurt to throw a little life raft or something at them once in a while. Don't completely give up, but don't let it bring you down either. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.